2021 started off really strong, and I'm really happy that honestly, even January ended really strong in terms of books, and I'm super, super happy about that. Hello everyone, it's Veronica and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my January wrap-up. Yes, my January wrap-up. And my goodness, what a great way to start January and 2021. I read a total of 20 books, and you guys can check out what I read in the beginning of January in my mid-January wrap-up, which will be up in the cards for you guys to check out. And now is for my wrap-up from the 18th to the 31st, and I'm really excited because I have about 7 books in this list from the 18th to the 31st, and I'm really excited because they were overall pretty good books, so I want to get right into it. And the first book that I read was The Night Center by Christina Tsirkis, and I'm sorry for saying that wrong because I know I'm saying that wrong. This book was really good. I believe I gave The Night Center 4 stars, and it was really good. It's an adult fantasy romance, and this was about Rose, who pretty much on every woman's 18th birthday, they're coming of age, they are visited by a man as like a way of like to kind of rid their innocence, if you will, and none of the men in the society that they live in know about this. It's only for the females only. The problem with that is that every female believes that these are monsters. They're coming to rape them, to hurt them. But Rose is unique, and a few others are very unique in this situation because they don't think that they're gonna hurt them. The men are gonna the night senders are, I believe, what they called. They're not there to hurt them. So that's what makes Rose unique, and that's Rose's story. She finds herself in this predicament where she's, she doesn't feel that anger or that scared. The feelings are, she's not afraid of these night senders, and that's what I think I really liked about The Night Sender. So it was very unique. Also, forgot to mention that Christina actually invited me to read her book, so thank you so much, Christina. It's honestly, guys, if you guys haven't checked this out, I really do suggest you do, because it was a great book, and I gave it 4 stars. It was actually really good. The next book that I read was Secrets of the Star-Crossed by Clara O'Connor, and this is the first book in the Once and Future Queen series, and it was really good. It was pretty good, and I actually really enjoyed myself. Shockingly, really, really enjoyed myself. It's kind of like, it says it's star-crossed lovers. It's young adult-ish to new adult. I categorized it as young adult, and it's sci-fi, fantasy, romance. It's like an alternate universe. I actually really enjoyed this. The one thing I really liked about it was the history. The Secrets of the Star-Crossed, I actually gave this 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it. It was nice. And I really liked, actually, the one thing that I really, really liked was actually the history behind the Secrets of the Star-Crossed. It was fantastic. I loved seeing all of these ancient Rome, ancient Celtic kind of history. That being said, there were some historically inaccurate situations, and I'm not going to mention what they were because I did mention it in my review. If you guys want to check out all my reviews and all my everything will be down below for you guys to check out, and it's probably better if you guys check out the review because it's much easier, my thoughts are much more in depth. But all in all, 3.5 stars, not bad. I'm actually really excited for the next few books that are, I believe, 2 more books that are coming out this year. So, or in the next coming years, I'm really excited. But this was book 1 of the Once and Future Queen, and I'm really excited about it. I also want to mention that I keep, for some reason, forgetting to add that Clara O'Connor invited me to read her book, and she also sent me a physical copy, so thank you, Clara. And if you guys want to check it out, it is officially released. It released on January 30th, so I read it before that. So yeah, if you guys want to check it out, my review will be down below. And I think it's really cool, and I think you guys definitely should check it out. The next book that I read was The Alice Equation by Davina Stone, and I got this from Book Sirens, so thank you, Book Sirens, for inviting me to read this arc, and I really enjoyed this. It also came out on January 8th, so if you guys want to check it out, it'll be down below. My review will be down below, and I think it is really good, and I think you guys should read it. I gave this 4 stars. It is a fake dating relationship. It's also best friends to lovers relationship, and I love those. I love fake dating. The Alice equation is basically Aaron, who pretty much gets into the situation where he kind of blurts out the fact that he actually is in a relationship, and he enlists his friend Alice to fake date each other. I think that made sense. What's funny is that Aaron actually never thought about Alice in kind of that romantic situation, but Alice did. So it's very interesting because, you know, once they start dating, fake dating, Aaron kind of just finds himself like, oh my goodness, Alice is actually super pretty, super cute, and I'm in love with her kind of situation. And I love that. I love just fake dating in general. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to see how, you know, they either go from enemies to lovers or best friends to lovers within the fake dating, because they're kind of forced to see each other in a different light, and I love that. That's why I honestly gave it 4 stars, and it was so good. So please check it out. I think it was great. The next book that I read was from the Bridgertons series by Julia Quinn. I read book 2 and book 3. Book 2 is the Viscount Who Loved Me, and this is Anthony's book. As you guys know, the Bridgerton series, the children basically are born alphabetically. So the first obviously is Anthony, but I read The Duke and I, which is featured in my mid-January wrap-up. The Duke and I is about Daphne to start us off, and I gave that 4 stars. Actually, it was really good, but The Viscount Who Loved Me is book 2 in the series, and I really enjoyed this. It's about Anthony who is kind of pursuing Edwina Sheffield, and Edwina has an older sister named Kate. And I love this because it's like pretty much Kate thinks that even though Anthony is really like, he comes from a really good family and everything, Kate is determined not to have Anthony marry Edwina because he's a rake, pretty much a playboy in the 1800s term. And I love that. It's so good. It ends up that Kate kind of falls in love with Anthony. And I gave it 4 stars because Kate and Anthony's banter was amazing. Honestly, I feel like Bridgerton series by Julia Quinn, if you guys haven't watched the Netflix series, which I'm going to, by the way, I think you guys should read the book first because it's just amazing. There's something about kind of the way the writing style Julia Quinn wrote this is just simply fantastic. And that comes to my next point for the next book, which is An Offer from a Gentleman. And this is about Benedict, brother 2, child 2 of the Bridgertons. I think you guys could have guessed that. And I actually really enjoyed this. I as well gave this 4 stars, and I really enjoyed the way the Bridgerton series is set up. I think it's so good. I really enjoyed the fact that this book, especially, which is a Cinderella retelling, by the way, kind of just, it's really good, and there are definitely some similarities, literal similarities to the Cinderella story. It was cute. I really enjoyed this. Benedict and Sophie, who's the heroine, they were definitely very cute. Their chemistry was really, really nice, and Sophie in general was just such a sweet character. Like, she was so cute. I really enjoyed this, and the rest, by the way, of the Bridgerton series will be up for February, so do check that out once my February mid-wrap-up is live. I'm probably gonna do that after I finish On the Way to the Wedding because I want to just include the rest of the series in. We're gonna go to the next book, which is Living Inside Raindrops by Luke Butler. I want to say thank you, NetGalley, for providing me an arc of this book, and I actually did not finish this. I DNF'd this around 40%. I also read this for my end of January reading vlog, which will be up in the cards for you guys to check out. It officially went up a few days ago, maybe 2 days ago. Living Inside Raindrops is it's a historical fiction, by the way, about World War I and our character of Jimmy, who we're kind of recollecting a past and present kind of time jump. And okay guys, I love historical fiction, but Living Inside Raindrops, it felt like usually you read book to movie adaptations, but with Living Inside Raindrops, it felt like I was reading a movie to book adaptation. Totally opposite of a book to movie adaptation. It felt like I was reading a movie, and I hated it. I absolutely hated the way this book was just written. Honestly, I did not like the writing style. I felt like it could have been so much better, and it was trying to be something it was not, and I just totally disliked it. And I explain it more in my review, so go check that out. I feel like I'm just spewing a bunch of words, so I highly suggest just read the review. It's probably much coherent than what I'm trying to say now, but I just want to move on. We're going to talk about Pachinko by Minjin Lee. This one I gave 4 stars, and my live show was today, by the way. It was really good. Sophia and I had a great time discussing it, and if you guys couldn't guess, this was for my Asians Under a Typhoon book club, and I really enjoyed that. Pachinko, I gave 4 stars. I have both my review and my live show, so if you guys want to go check it out, links will be in the description for you guys. So I'm really excited for you guys to read it, and also just watch the live show. It was really quick. It was about an hour, and Sophie and I had such a fun time talking about Pachinko, and I'm not going to say anything more about it because I pretty much explained myself in my review and the live show, and I want to keep it from saying anything. But I actually really enjoyed this. It takes us through multiple generations of a Korean family going from Korea to Japan because of the Japanese occupation in Korea. I, however, do not know much about that, so I felt like this was also just a really good way for me to kind of educate myself and, read about this situation. I still need to read a lot more about Asian history. I feel ashamed that I don't know more about it, but this Pachinko was just like a starter for me, and I'm really glad that I took the opportunity to read Pachinko, and I had a good time. It was definitely a very emotional drama, if you will. There were so many situations where I was like, oh my goodness. And to be honest, when you first read it, it goes from a very smooth road, if you will. But then once you get to like the middle and then to the end, it's like you go from like a smooth road path, and then all of a sudden you encounter like mountains of like complications and the drama, and I think that's what's really good. But definitely go check out the live show because I talk a lot more about it with Sophie, and I think that you can really hear my thoughts when I talk about Pachinko during the live show, and I can really explain myself better. That is it, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming to my January wrap up. This was really short, and I'm really glad that I started kind of doing more like mid-January wrap-ups, mid-wrap-ups basically, and then end of the month wrap-ups. They're so much easier. I really enjoyed myself talking about all of these books again, like the memories I have reading these books, and like Secrets of I hit my head. Secrets of the Star-Crossed was amazing. All of these books I read, like Pachinko, or like The Night Cinder, or even the Bridgerton series by Julia Quinn. All of these books were really good, and I honestly had a pretty good January. Pretty high ratings. There were a few 3s, obviously 1 star. Didn't have any 2 stars, luckily, but 3s and above I had, definitely, for sure. And I actually had such a good time filming this. I need more videos coming up. They're coming up soon, hopefully, but I really enjoyed myself doing this. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give this a thumbs up, and also hit that red subscribe button down below. I would greatly appreciate if you guys subscribed. I would love for you guys to be here, and, also, if you guys managed to stay this long into the video, my English today, please comment this flower down below if you guys stayed until the very end, I would greatly appreciate it. And also thank you guys so much for coming and watching this video. If you guys didn't know, I post videos every week. I'm really excited because it's all booktube content, by the way, and I'm really excited to do more. So thank you guys so much for coming, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.